there might be some changes happening at Ferrari. Now, since Canada, things at Ferrari have not been the greatest. There's been bad calls, there's been awful strategy, the performance of the car has just been in a downward spiral, and the attitude in the team and from upper team management does not seem good. Fred has been shoving off any and all blame onto the drivers, onto poor conditions, not taking accountability for the car or for bad calls. And all of this has really raised concerns with Ferrari's top management, because this week, the top management is meeting with Fred to take stock of the situation. And the fact that a board meeting has been called this quickly, prepared this quickly, directly after Silverstone speaks volumes. And for the first time since last February, Chairman John Elkann has expressed doubts about Fred Vasseurs' performance within the team. Now, it is not shocking after the awful triple header that we just had that there'd be a lot of concerns raised in the team, especially considering the fact that Fred has been blaming the drivers and just not taking any accountability, that I would not be surprised if John Elkann is a bit worried that his favorite driver could be upset with the team. And Charles himself has said that he keeps in contact with John Elkann and that most times after the races, he will call and debrief with him. So if he's upset with something in the team and he has concerns, it is not that shocking that he would have called John Elkann up and said, hey, we have some issues here. Now, I don't think this means that Fred is going to be fired or there's any severe punishment coming towards him. I think that Ferrari just want to get things back on track and get the team back into a better place. And of course, it's Fred's second year in the team. He is not going to be making miracles happen overnight, and it's his first year where it's fully his team. There is no leftovers of the previous team principals, designs, or car, or anything. But the recent downgrade in both attitude and in performance has definitely caught the eye of the higher-ups at Ferrari, and they are not happy with what they see. And a lot of their main priorities is to keep Charles Leclerc happy, because all of them adore Charles and do not want to see him leave the team or be upset with the team, so they need to make sure that he is not at risk of leaving, which, based on certain comments he's made recently, does not seem completely out of the realm of possibility. And there's definitely already been a more positive shift from Ferrari, with Fred backtracking a little bit about Silverstone and the decisions made there, where Fred did take a bit more responsibility for Charles's poor weekend in Silverstone by saying he had him doing experiments and that he was on 2 different configurations of car and that he was really just on the back foot the entire weekend, which is a start. It is better than what we were previously having. But we also got this post from Ferrari today highlighting Charles front and center, saying there can only be one number 16. Which this is a dramatic shift from blaming him for their own poor strategy calls to making him front and center of a post. So it does kind of seem like they're putting a spotlight back on Charles and trying to really emphasize the fact that he is their driver, considering he is the one staying for the next 5 years. So I will not be shocked if we see more of Charles-centric posts on their social media, if he's highlighted more, if he's just focused on more, especially after this board meeting, because they need to make sure that he is happy and that there is no risk of him leaving. Because John Elkann loves him, Piero Ferrari loves him, all the upper management of Ferrari adore Charles. And it would be a very bad look for the team if their golden boy FDA driver left the team and went to a competitor. Because that would mean that he lost all hope in a project with them, and that does not look good for their future. Overall, I'll be keeping a close eye on their PR and social media strategy just to see how much of this actually does come to fruition.